All right, let's get into it, true believers. What is this thing in comics fandom where everything has to be compared to everything else of its like? Like, okay, Superman, Fantastic Four, both cool movies, both superhero movies. One's DC, one's Marvel. And everything I see online is about how the box office of one is better than the other, how Superman's dominating Fantastic Four, or vice versa, or whatever the hell it is. Why have we gotten into this sort of like binary, no sum, zero sum war as fans? Like, I get it for social media producers and maybe influencers and news sites and that kind of thing, because they don't really have anything to add to the conversation. It's just a matter of them to get content and for them to get a reaction. Obviously, controversy creates a reaction, right? Outrage versus engage. And I get it, but why do we engage? Why do fans get involved? What do we get out of it? Why do we need to all endlessly find a way to pit one thing against the other? It's always been this way. Marvel versus DC. That's been going on since I've been reading comics. I've always enjoyed both. Why can't you enjoy both? It's not a sports team. Even that's kind of silly, right? Cubs, Sox. I live in Chicagoland, and I always found it kind of silly. I don't really care. I like the Sox more than the Cubs, but I don't really have to hate Cubs fans, even though they're very hateable. I don't have to hate the Cubs in order to enjoy the White Sox. I love Superman. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Fantastic Four, but I loved Fantastic Four. What I love is that they both exist. They're both out there. I can enjoy them both. I went to the theaters and saw both of them and enjoyed both experiences in different ways. I don't need one to be successful and the other's not. And I don't think most people out there either do. I don't think most fans do. I think that's the thing, is like we get caught up in this thing for some reason because someone else tells us. And instead of like using our brains and thinking about it and adding to a conversation and having some sort of discourse or intelligent sort of conversation back and forth about it, we just boil it all down to this binary system. I want a mind shift in fandom. I want us to start like a revolution in fandom of, instead of parroting what some Twitter feed or some YouTube channel says or whatever it is, have your own thoughts about what you like or what you don't like or what you want to be successful, as opposed to what is driven by money. Like, why do you care? What do you get out of the box office receipts? Unless you own stock in Warner Brothers, which I do, or Marvel Comics or Disney, which I also do, what difference does it make? Who cares who makes more money? None of it goes in my pocket. All I want is more and better comic book movies. How do I get that? I don't think it's from like pretending we're all critics. Like, criticism for movies has also become the same thing. It's like thumbs up, thumbs down. You know, Roger Siskel and Ebert, they kind of created that thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down sort of thing, almost as a joke. They also went into great detail about what they thought was good or bad about a movie. They didn't always just boil it down to thumbs up or thumbs down. But in the age of the internet, everything is just good or bad, black or white. And it makes sense, almost more so for comic book fans, because we have lived in these worlds that are very much black and white. But I just think it's silly as fans. I think we are doing ourselves a disservice this way by just engaging in those kind of things. So from now on, I want you to not engage in a good versus evil, a them versus us, a Marvel versus DC, or whatever it may be, and start engaging about like discourse. What is good about something? What is bad about something? What makes something good or bad? How do we quantify that? How do we qualify that? Because everyone has an opinion. Great. And everyone boils it down to yes or no, or this sucks, or this is great. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't contribute to anything. It doesn't really evolve anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make anything better. And we don't really enjoy anything. I mean, I'm sure there's trolls out there that enjoy like just shit posting and like talking shit about it. But at the end of it, like, what are you getting out of it as a fan? So tell me, if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. If you love the whole us versus them thing, tell me why. Post something in the comments and let me know. All right, that's it, true believers. Have a good one. Stick around for the next one.
Comics.